Welcome, wealth builders. Despite their huge contracts, many athletes seem unable to avoid going from having everything to having nothing. In this premiere episode, we examine 10 reasons why professional athletes go broke. At Bank and Bond, we believe you should bank on you and create a bond between you, your heirs, and your assets that will grant you and them lifelong financial freedom. The Financial 10's weekly countdown will enhance your ability to create, grow, and pass down generational wealth. Bank and Bond is the premier private estate literacy initiative. Now to number 1 on our list. Not getting proper financial advice. It's a huge error to take financial advice from people who aren't qualified to give it. When you first make it big, well-meaning people rush forward to offer you their quote-unquote insight on what you should be doing with your sudden windfall. Just like total strangers have a belief that they are entitled to a portion of the lottery jackpot that you both played but only you won. The people in your life have no more right to direct your actions regarding money than a total stranger does. You are now entering new territory, and you have to recognize it as such. Many athletes believe because they have impeccable athletic skills, it crosses over to other areas as well. Being unwilling to seek appropriate advice can cause you to fall victim to your own ego, which can deliver a knockout punch your finances may never recover from. Those who have your best interest at heart will never be offended by you exercising your right to do what's best for you financially, given all the hard work it's taken for you to get where you are. After signing a large contract, every athlete owes it to themselves to take time to do their due diligence in finding a qualified, trusted, certified financial advisor to increase their chances of being just as successful monetarily as they are athletically. Be sure to let me know in the comments section if you'd like me to do a video on 10 questions you should ask a potential financial advisor. Item 2, failing to properly vet your advisors dovetails into item number 1, not getting proper financial advice. Many fortunes have been lost when athletes have made the mistake of trusting unscrupulous advisors. I cannot express enough how imperative it is to know what is being done with your hard-earned money. You need to know the level of skill and experience being brought to the table by anyone who has access to your capital. No one should have unfettered access to your assets or have permission to sign checks on your behalf. Never sign a document without a clear understanding of what it entails. Out of respect, I won't name check the well-known athlete who gave a particular person full access to his finances without question, only to discover later that he was nearly broke and the advisor had used his funds to purchase shopping excursions for herself, even purchasing a home for herself, without him ever knowing it was being done with his money. This never would have happened, never would have been possible had he done his due diligence. To be clear, this is a highly intelligent man. He's no fool. From what I know about him, all indications are that this athlete is a trusting person with a good heart. However, people motivated by greed can be extremely charismatic and cunning. Keep in mind that no matter how good you feel about someone, check them out. It's not about how you feel, it's about the facts. Number 3, lack of financial education expounds on items 1 and 2. We've heard it 1,000 times. Most athletes are broke within 5 years of leaving their respective leagues. Despite this fact, many refuse to educate themselves about the world of finance. Just like you look after your body and your health, you should take equal interest in your fiscal matters. It's important to spend at least 1 to 2 hours a week boning up on money management. No, you don't have to get a business or finance degree like myself and some others, but you do need to be able to sit down and converse intelligently about your financial affairs. It's important to have at least a basic understanding of financial terminology so you can communicate effectively with your advisors and know when you should press them for more information. For instance, learn the importance of avoiding the dangers inherent in looking at investments as an exercise in retail rather than a long-term endeavor. And what many consider the investor's Bible, The Intelligent Investor, Warren Buffett and others constantly warn against this mentality. If you've been on another planet and have never heard of it, I suggest you pick up a copy or download it in audio form. It is my humble opinion that it should be required reading for anyone who's a professional athlete. Another one of the top 10 reasons professional athletes go broke is number 4, trying to financially support everyone. Next to maintaining their physical prowess and prioritizing becoming more financially savvy, a professional athlete's most valuable asset is learning when to say no. It used to be sad to watch some of my close friends who were professional athletes feeling they had to constantly dodge people close to them who were constantly begging them for money. One person in particular who played in the NFL for nearly a decade spent a lot of time being stressed by those who went out of their way to make him feel obligated to share what he alone had worked so hard for. No matter how much other people try to guilt or push you, you have the right to say no. If your friendship doesn't survive you saying no, you need to re-examine the relationship. The most important obligation is ensuring your financial security post-career. Yes, it's okay to give. Yes, it's okay to assist someone going through difficulty. But it's important that the people around you endeavor to manage their own lives and not treat you like their personal ATM. Number 5, keeping up with the Joneses. Many professional athletes go broke due to their insatiable need to keep up appearances. They're quick to allow their ego to interfere with their economics. There have been reports of athletes who have amazing homes with incredible curb appeal but no furniture inside, or they have to settle for patio furniture because they've overextended themselves financially. They've already set themselves up for failure by living above their pay grade. If you only earn $500,000 a year before taxes, it's a fool's errand to obligate yourself to a mortgage on a $5 million home. It's the same with cars and depreciating assets, particularly given the unstable times we find ourselves in at the moment. Most athletes would be better served to rent until they receive some sort of guaranteed contract or have enough funds available so they have at least a year's worth of living expenses put away. Another option could be purchasing a triplex or fourplex and living in one while renting out the others. So you're actually living mortgage free while you get your financial ducks in a row. Plus, you're building your financial portfolio at the same time. It's impossible to build the wealth you're pretending to have when you're stretching your finances to the limit. We're halfway there, so make sure you stay until the end for a brief announcement. Number 6, failure to create multiple streams of income. One thing we've learned during the pandemic is there are myriad ways to earn additional money. Even professional athletes should strive to increase their business acumen and their financial holdings. If, and that's a very big if, you decide to use part of your income to fund a new business of some sort, it should never be an amount that compromises or relies on your primary source of income. And you should always vet the business to ensure it'll increase, not decrease your current income. Throwing money at a business concept is not what it takes to make it succeed. Taking time to learn the necessary systems to make it profitable is where the money's at. No matter how much money you have, sound advice and sweat equity will always be key components to setting up a venture to thrive. In addition, whatever you do, only hire people who are qualified to run the company if you can't run it yourself. Only hire people who are qualified to do the work. Number 7 on our list is failure to build up savings. It's no secret that professional athletes have phenomenal physiques. It's also no secret that they constantly put their bodies through highly demanding training sessions. Many players' careers end as quickly as they begin after they succumb to an injury. It's a reality that comes with the territory. One of the first orders of business for a professional player should be to stockpile savings to be used in the event of an emergency, tempting though it may be to reward yourself for a job well done. It's important to reward yourself within reason and always be mindful of safeguarding your financial future. Maximizing your financial security will provide you with the greatest opportunity to celebrate in the days to come. A cornerstone of learning to save can be found in the classic tale, The Richest Man in Babylon. Whether you're 8 or 85, the instructions found in this timeless piece of financial literature can start you on a path to making sound financial decisions. For some unknown reason, many athletes forego this step, not realizing that this small yet important habit can save their careers. An athlete with a decent savings account can put themselves in a stronger position during contract negotiations because they'll be free of having to jump at the first deal that's thrown at them. It can also accelerate healing if they're injured. When you have peace of mind, you sleep better. When you sleep better, the body heals better. Then you can plot your course accordingly on your terms. Number 8, not investing. Many people, not just athletes, fail to grasp the importance of making investing a priority should they receive a financial windfall. Investing goes hand in hand with creating savings and setting up multiple streams of income. There's a huge difference between option A, utilizing multiple streams of income garnered from investments to ride out an emergency, an injury, a pandemic, or a million other things that can transpire as the world turns, as opposed to option B, sitting on large reserves of cash and allowing it to be eaten away by inflation and reckless spending. While it's paramount to have a designated amount of cash on reserve, a certain amount should be consistently put towards pulling in capital passively. Number 9, many athletes go broke due to divorce. Having to lose half your net worth and a huge part of your income is one of the quickest ways players find themselves in financial distress. Managing personal relationships is a key component to protecting wealth. Owing alimony and or child support to one or multiple women is just about guaranteed to deplete your resources and drain your assets. So when you're eyeballing that hottie across the room, it would behoove you to consider what she could mean for your future. And by future, I mean the next 5 to 25 years, not the next 5 hours. A former client of mine who was in DC on business back in the 90s was astounded when he was trying to get to his hotel room and was met with a long line of gorgeous women that wrapped around the block. After entering the lobby, he made his way to the front desk to inquire about what was going on, assuming there was a convention or an audition of some sort. He was informed that a certain NBA star was staying at the hotel. Despite it being a known fact that he was relaxing in the room with his spouse, these women were boldly standing in line, hoping to be invited in to quote unquote entertain him. That player is divorced now, so I guess he lost this never ending battle. The moral of this story is not the dearth of self esteem of these women, but the acknowledgement that temptation in the sports and entertainment arena reigns supreme. It's important to keep your head in the game, so to speak, and give deep consideration to how you navigate your personal relationships. And now we're going to wrap it all up with number 10. The 10th reason professional athletes go broke is lack of social responsibility. It would take a while to go down the list of those who have lost their careers for failing to be socially responsible. It's okay to be your own person and to even be a bit of a maverick. Nevertheless, you can ill afford to abandon all logic when you're in the public eye. Some people seem to love courting disaster. It's a surefire way to sabotage your success. The world of the behemoth that is professional sports provides an energetic, high-octane source of entertainment. It's also extremely political. The sports world is a dynamic machine with many moving parts, including fans, owners, players, the media, and investors. Many athletes' careers go awry when their actions are considered out of bounds in a manner that threatens this dynamic machine, causing it to go off kilter. I'm not speaking of heroes supporting a valid social cause. I'm speaking of sex, drugs, gambling, etc. A player whose actions embarrass a team owner is going to have a short-lived career. Athletes who want to set themselves up for success should prepare by finding a mentor, having a trusted friend they can talk to, or planning ways to successfully manage their emotions when conflict arises off the field, which is inevitable. Thank you for tuning in to Bank and Bond TV for this episode of the Financial Tens Weekly Countdown. This is your host, Erica Honey, signing off. A biento. New episodes are released every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in America and 4 p.m. in Paris, France. If you're new to keeping tabs on market news, make sure to subscribe so you get our 1-minute daily market report each weekday at the close of trade at the New York Stock Exchange. Bank and Bond also does breaking news segments about major events in the world of finance.